Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Imagine being one of the 46,000 old fans telling all of the new viewers, telling all of the new eyeballs that Breanna Stewart is one of the best players in the league. And then you sit down and you watch the WNBA finals only to realize you've been lied to for the past 6 months straight. Folks, I'm tired of using that WNBA curve when it comes to grading these players. You're either good or you're not. You either have it or you don't. You are either skilled or you are not. Just because you're taller than everybody doesn't mean that you are a top 5 player. Shout out to Breanna Stewart. Shout out to A'ja Wilson. I am not impressed with either of their games, but since the New York Liberty are the team that is currently in the WNBA Finals, let me be the first one to let you in on a bit of a secret. Breanna Stewart is overrated, overhyped, not that good. But Ben, she scored 30 points in Game 3. She's not that good. But Ben, she has 2 MVPs. She's not that good. Maybe if we use the WNBA curve, we can put on our clown costumes and our big clown shoes, clink, 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 clinking around, saying, "Oh my God, Breanna Stewart's amazing." Breanna Stewart, you're not it. I'm sorry. Sabrina Ionescu. It's not Ionescu. It's Ionescu. You're not a real Sabrina, you're not it either. But Ben, didn't you see the game-winning 3 that she had last game? She's not that good. Folks, we have been lied to all season long. Tonight, Minnesota Lynx win 82-80 in a game that Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu absolutely disappeared on. If we combine their shooting statistics, Breanna Stewart, 5 for 20, 25%, 0 for 4 from 3, 11 points. She's not that good. She needs the phantom foul calls just like her buddy A'ja Wilson. Why? Because she's not that. You guys are picking up. Great. Sabrina Ionescu, 5 for 16, 10 points, 31%, 5 assists. You guys told me she was a facilitator. You guys told me she was a playmaker. You guys told me she was Caitlyn before Caitlyn. What the hell am I watching? We're what, 4 years, 5 years into our career, Sabrina, and we're still playing like a regular schmegular WNBA player? Folks, I hate to break it to you, but sometimes in the WNBA Finals, well, not really in the WNBA Finals, let's talk in the NBA Finals, you expect your star players to play like star players. If people in the NBA were as up and down in the finals as these players are, they would not hear the end of it. They would be getting crucified. If New York media actually gave a damn about this team, tomorrow morning would be yet another morning of Breanna Stewart's face plastered on the New York Post, plastered on the New York Times, with Sabrina Ionescu's face plastered on the back page saying, "This is why we don't cover this crap. This is why we ignore this team." Because if New York media was keeping it a buck, if sports media in this area was keeping it a buck, this team would be getting cooked. 5 for 20. 5 for 16. Folks, I left this game thinking to myself, Phoebosh isn't that bad. On the curve, of course. I left this game thinking to myself, Lainey Hamilton seems to be one of the more consistent catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the league. Okay. And every game I come out of these WNBA finals, I'm like, man, you guys just hyped up Breanna Stewart to be something she's not. You guys spent all season long telling me maybe Asia Wilson should have won MVP last year. Come to think of it. Maybe all the Asia Wilson fans have a right to be pissed off at legacy media for putting Breanna Stewart as the MVP last year. Maybe you guys do have a point. Because what I've been seeing this whole entire playoff run, this whole entire WNBA finals so far, she's not that good, folks. I mean, she went 5 for 20, so can you imagine the amount of missed layups, the amount of missed bricks that I have written down on this piece of paper? The amount of, folks, she was 0 for 4 from 3. I want to say at least 3 of those shots, she was wide open. Practice shots. If you can't make them, don't shoot them. Or maybe the fans have told you so long you can make them, so you continue to shoot them. And here I am saying, you're not that good. Sabrina Ionescu, she's not that good either. Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. De loca Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. Craziness, folks. Sabrina Ionescu had 2 points in the first quarter. 2 points in the first quarter. Is she scared to shoot? Is she not aggressive? Oh, but she's just setting up her teammates. No, she wasn't. She wasn't setting up her teammates at all. So what was she doing besides standing on? Folks, now I gotta call a spade here. I keep the same energy no matter who's playing. Keep that in mind. No matter who's playing, whether it's Caitlin Clark having a bad game, yeah, I come here and I say, damn. She shot the bed tonight. Whether it's Angel Reese doing the George Mikan drill, yeah, I come here and say, yeah, this is garbage. Whether it's Breanna Stewart shooting 5 for 20, yeah, she's not that good. If Breanna Stewart was what I was told she was, this series would have been over a few games ago. If Sabrina Ionescu was what you guys told me she was, this series would have been over a few days ago. But it's not. We go to a Game 5 Sunday back in New York. Maybe then they can put the nail in the Minnesota Lynx coffin. Folks, the first quarter came out. I have it in my head that if the Lynx don't get off to a crazy start, build a big lead, there's no way they're going to win these games. That's how I've been interpreting these. Their shots need to be falling. McBride needs to be getting going. Williams needs to be firing. And the first quarter didn't really seem like that. Smith missed a wide open layup, brick. Misses a wide open reverse, brick. Courtney Williams pull up, brick. But lo and behold, at the end of the first quarter, it was a tie game, 23-23. Both teams had 4 turnovers each. Stewart was 0 for 7 in the first quarter. 0 for 7 in the first quarter. No points. Ionescu, 2 points. Collier showed up in the first quarter, 3 for 5. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay. McBride, 11 points in the first quarter, 3 for 4. Okay. And by okay, I mean it was okay. It wasn't, oh my goodness, it was okay. Right? Game started off with a Breanna Stewart brick. McBride pulled up from 3. Phoebus responds, pulled up from 3. Courtney Williams, layup. And those McBride pulled from 3s, the Phoebus pulled from 3s, they were both bricks, by the way. I misread that. It says Breanna Stewart, brick. McBride, brick from 3. Phoebus, brick from 3. Courtney Williams finally makes a pull-up midi. 2-0 Lynx. Stewart with an awful shot. Brick. With Alana Smith draped all over her. Alana Smith draped all over Breanna Stewart. She decides to throw it at the backboard anyway. Again, folks, when the referees reward you with phantom calls, you get it in your mind that you're actually getting fouled. Let me just throw this up and go back to the line. No. No, it doesn't work like that. You're not that good. I mean, folks, no wonder why they didn't want new fans watching this. No wonder why. Because that curve becomes ever more clear once we start watching these games. Second quarter rolls around. Lynx miss their first shot. Liberty turnover on an entry pass. These players can't make entry passes. Fundamentals, folks. You learned that in AAU ball. You learned that in travel ball. You learned that in rec ball. We don't know how to make entry passes and we want to get paid more money? That's crazy. We don't know how to make wide open layups and we want to get paid more money? That's crazy. That's crazy. Sabrina Ionescu with a nice heave chuck brick. I mean, that's what the heave chuck bricks. We're just throwing it up against the backboard. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting work, folks. But what stood out to me this game was Betnijah Laney Hamilton. I will give you your due. You're a consistent catch and shoot 3-point shooter, man. I got to give it to you. If you're open and it's a three, I'm pretty confident you're going to sink that shot. So salute to you for making your catch and shoot threes tonight. 2 for 3 from 3. Jonquel Jones 4 for 5 from 3. Phoebish 2 for 5 from 3. Sabrina Ionescu 0 for 5 from 3. In WNBA finals. Dude, come on, man. Come on. This is craziness. This is absolute craziness. I even have it in bold letters over here, the times that Breanna Stewart made her wide open layups, because it was such a phenomenon to see that I was like, man, I got to put this in bold letters so I remind to tell you guys that, wow, she actually made a couple wide open layups, folks. She made a couple wide open layups. Phoebish had 19 points. Jonquel Jones, 21 points. Seemed to be two of the only players that showed up for the New York Liberty. Laney Hamilton had 10 points, but folks, I have news for you. That was all in the first half. Second half, complete no-show. And that goes to the consistency of these players. They're hot and you're cold. They're yes and they're no. They're in and they're out. They're up and they're down. Shout out to Katy Perry. If you know, you know. It's craziness, folks. It's like, can we just get some consistency? I mean, even looking at this final score here, we have 23 points in the first quarter, 23 points in the second quarter, and then from that point on, neither team scores over 20. We can't even consistently get good basketball through 4 quarters. We can't even consistently get people making their shots consistently through 4 straight quarters. It's absolutely perplexing. I don't know how it happens. And I'm like, why does it's always like pulling teeth with the second half of these games. It's always like pulling teeth with the second half of these games. Speaking of the second half, Minnesota Lynx are up at halftime 46-45. Breanna Stewart has 4 points in the first half on 2 for 11 shooting. Bold letters, trash, written on my piece of paper. Sabrina Ionescu, 6 points, 3 for 9. Bold letters, trash, on my piece of paper. Laney Hamilton, 4 for 5 from 3. Consistent catch and shoot player. That's what I had written down. She's consistent. She didn't really shoot that much in the second half. She didn't shoot that much. She was 4 for 5 in the first half, and she takes 2 shots the rest of the game. Well, what happened in New York Liberty? What happened to that point guard that should be all WNBA first team, send her teammates? What happened to that? Folks, if Laney Hamilton is sitting in the corner for the Indiana Fever, she's fucking scoring 15 a game off just catch and shoot threes alone. Cut it out. That's what gravity does, folks. That's what real playmaking ability does, folks. Just look at Lexi Hull when she was making her wide open threes. Easy money, 15 points, 17 points, 18 points, 13 points. You brick, 6 points, 5 points, 4 points. But she gives us enough on defensive end. Shout out to you, Lexi Hull. I didn't mean for that to even sound like a shot. All apologies over here. Got nothing but love for the Fever family, minus Sack of Potatoes. If you don't know who Sack of Potatoes is, somebody in the comment, let people know who Sack of Potatoes is, please. But let's get on with it. Third quarter rolls around. Alana Smith comes out 49-45, hits a three. Jonquel Jones responds with a three of her own. 49-48 Lynx. Carlton responds with a layup of her own, 51-48 Lynx. Liberty go down, miss a shot. Minnesota Lynx come back. McBride, wide open three, brick. It's tough. Phoebish goes down, miss layup, brick. Thankfully, Breanna Stewart was there to get the rebound and finish up one of her 5 field goals that she made. Good for you, Breanna. So impressed by her layups. Courtney Williams in the third quarter made a very nice acrobatic layup. It was nice. I will give it to you. I've seen so many of those go south. It's hard for me to kind of wrap my head around. Like, I know you wanted to make it in, but was it just a luck? I'm going to leave it at that, folks. Again, I don't want to, it's the curve. It's the curve. It is what it is. And to be fair, I had the commentary on mute this whole entire game. I didn't want to listen to Ryan Rucco say, "Oh my God, what an amazing play." I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear Rebecca Lobo say, "Oh my God, her IQ is off the charts." I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to get brainwashed by the two play-by-play announcers. No disrespect to them. They're good. I'm just over it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Carlton airballs a three. Heidemann bricks a wide open backdoor cut. Whoop. Layup. Hit on the head. Yes, she was hit on the head. It was called a foul, but come on. You go up, you miss, and then you get hit, and it's like, all right, it's a foul. Whatever. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. McBride had a couple wide open layup bricks in this game. Vandersloot had a couple wide open running bricks in this game. Liberty, though, in the third quarter went on an 11-0 run. After being down 53-50, the New York Liberty fight all the way back and take a 61-55 lead. 61-55 lead. Lynx call a timeout. Shout out to you, Cheryl Reeve, calling time. Chris, you do know you could do that, right? You know you could call a timeout when the other team's going on a run. You could say, timeout. Let's get our bearings on it. Oh, you didn't know? Well, if you don't know, now you know, Christy. Okay, enough of that. Boom, Minnesota Lynx come out the timeout with a turnover. But then they start fighting back themselves. And after being down 61-55, they fight back off an Alana Smith 3, making it 61-61 timeout Liberty. Wow, Christy, did you know that when another team goes on a run, you can call a timeout and say, "Hey guys, let's calm everything down." Oh, you didn't know? Oh, okay. Well, if you don't know, now you know, Christy. Coming off the timeout, Liberty have the ball. Phoebish misses an open three. Folks, I am purposely writing down open threes to let you guys get an understanding on the amount of missed open shots. Missed open shot. Again, these games would be 10x. Shout out to Grant Cardone. I'm sorry, I had to. I saw it there for the taking, and I just had to make that reference. Don't shoot. I'm just a messenger, folks. Please don't come after me. It was just a joke. These games would be 10x more exciting if these players made their wide open threes. I got to be honest here. There are just not even the wide open threes, the layups, the runner, the floaters. It's like there are so many points left on the board because they're just not good enough. I don't know how else to break it. It just makes you cherish the good players more. It makes you cherish the real baller, hoopers more. It makes you cherish Clark more, Kelsey more, Kennedy Carter more. It makes you appreciate their games that much more when we're watching so much discombobulation. When we're watching easy shots get missed, easy runners get missed, layups missed, practice threes missed. It makes you appreciate others' games even more. And that goes back to my initial point. We have been lied to all season long. End of the third quarter rolls around. Minnesota Lynx fight back after being down, take the lead, go into the fourth quarter up 64-63. At the end of the third quarter, Breanna Stewart, 4 for 13, 8 points. Trash. Sabrina, 3 for 10, 6 points. Trash. How else do you want me to call it, folks? Not trash? It's trash. It's not good. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni, go fuck yourself. Jalen Hurts, you're garbage too. Don't worry. You're I didn't forget. You're still trash, Jalen. You know that, right? You're garbage. Nick Sirianni, you're trash. Vic Fangio, you're trash. Okay, just as long as we're on the same page. Back to regular scheduled programming. Come out the fourth quarter. Jonquel Jones gets the ball deep underneath the basket. Turn around, layup, brick. Again, it's like if you're 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", I'm not even going to look up how tall Jonquel Jones is. Should I look it up? Jonquel Jones, 6'6". If you're 6'6" and you got somebody that's 5'10", 5'11" on your hip, that's a wide open layup. You guys get it, right? You guys get the point. Trash. This player on the Minnesota Lynx, let me make sure I pronounce her name correctly. Zandilicini. She ain't too bad. Now, of course, I'm using that curve that we all use, but she's not too bad. She's a scrappy young one. And she made a couple of her layups that were actually contested. Phoebosh draped all over her. Easy money. Drive to the hoop. Maybe it was Jones. Maybe it was Sabali over one of those. Easy money. It's very interesting how some can make... Forget it. Fourth quarter rolls around. Sabrina, wide open three. Brick. Stewart, wide open layup. Brick. Jonquel Jones called for an offensive foul. After all of this transpires, Minnesota Lynx are up 70-66. Like I said, Leonie Phoebish played a hell of a game tonight. She did play pretty well. 70-68 after Phoebish made a couple of her free throw attempts. Williams pull up miss. McBride had one ISO possession in the fourth quarter against Sabrina Ionescu. McBride. That was bad. That was a bad ISO. Bad ISO, but whatever. You missed it in case you guys didn't get the point. Ionescu comes back, makes a layup. Let's all give a round of applause for making layups, right? Let's just all give a round of... How about a round of applause? Shout out to Rihanna. 72-70, Liberty are up after Phoebish makes a layup. After fouling the Lynx on the other end, actually fouling Zandilicini as she went up for a layup. She got clocked by Jonquel Jones. If that was a player named Breanna Stewart or a player named Asia Wilson or a player named anybody not Caitlin Clark, it would have been a foul call. But it wasn't because she's a no-name, so it is what it is. 72-70, Liberty are up. Lynx call a timeout. Chrissy, you know you could call a timeout when the other team goes on a run? You know you could call it. Oh, okay, just making sure you didn't know. Final possession, folks. Let's fast forward to 80-77. 80-77, Lynx are up. Lynx turn the ball over on an entry pass. Sabrina Ionescu comes down the next play. Backboard chuck. Williams comes down the next play. ISO brick. Collier fouls Jonquel Jones, ties the game 80-80. We get the ball back for Minnesota. McBride, another terrible ISO play, throws the ball at the backboard. Brutal. Stewart on the other end does a sack of potatoes special, wide open spin move brick. In the final minutes, wide open spin move brick. To take the lead, spin move brick. Minnesota Lynx call a timeout. Let's draw something up. And the play they draw up is Courtney Williams holding the ball for 15 seconds, only to shoot a garbage ISO shot. Fortunately for the Minnesota Lynx, Carlton's there for the putback, grabs it, goes up with it, gets a foul called a la game one, makes both of her free throws. Lynx go up 82-80, 2 seconds left. The ball's going to Sabrina Ionescu. She catches, she shoots, she misses. Game over. 82-80. Game 3, back in New York. We go. Who's going to win? The Lynx or the Liberty? The Liberty should be winning these games, folks. but they lose these games. Out of the 4 games, they should have won all 4. Yet they lost 2 of them. I don't know what to tell you. They're choke artists. Hopefully they can go back home, I guess, and prove that they're one of the top players in the league. I'm sure after they maybe perform, after Breanna Stewart goes 9 for 24 and makes 27 points on terrible efficiency, I'm sure we'll be back to lying to the public, saying how great she is, but she's not. She's not. None of them are. I got to be honest here. Nafisa Collier, I don't know what's going on with you. What happened? You go off in the first round of the playoffs, drop a 42-point game, had 3 straight games where you put up 25 points or more. You're averaging 20 points per game, and I haven't really seen that these WNBA finals. So, can we again, where's the consistency from these top players, folks? That's an issue here. Where's the consistency from these top players, folks? That's an issue here. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you watch the game? Were you watching the Mets, Dodgers? Were you watching the Yankees, Indians? Were you watching the Oregon Ducks? I got it right here. Oregon Ducks versus Purdue. You got Florida State versus Duke. What were you doing this Friday evening? Appreciate everybody for all of the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will see you again Sunday, folks, right after Game 5. We will see you back here Sunday. I appreciate all the support. As always, take it easy.